if the world was ending, and you could save only 116 images.
S'mores. As the final record of planet Earth, what kind of moments would you preserve?
Would you choose the simple warmth of human connection, or the grand scale of nature?
This is the exact question NASA faced in 1977 with the Voyager spacecraft.
They needed to select images that would represent all of humanity to the cosmos.
A committee of brilliant minds debated what defined our collective existence on Earth.
They decided to attach a golden phonograph record containing sounds and images of Earth.
This record was meant to survive for billions of years in the deep vacuum. It was a message in a bottle, cast into the infinite cosmic ocean.
The images included scientific diagrams, diverse cultures, and the beauty of our nature.
It showed our architectural achievements and the cities we built with pride. It captured the rich biodiversity that thrives on our unique, fragile world.
It was an idealized portrait of a world united, free from our conflicts.
It even included the very origin of human life, safe in the womb. These pictures have now left our solar system, traveling into the dark.
They are hurtling out into the cosmic dark, far beyond our reach.
And one day, they will likely be the only evidence that we ever existed. In the cold vacuum of space, these records could last for billions of years.
They will outlive our cities, our oceans, and even our own sun.
And though that longevity should be comforting, it is also deeply terrifying. This is the story of why deep space fills us with existential dread.
Space has always been the ultimate frontier of human fear and wonder. Since the dawn of the space age, we have grappled with the unknown.
Early space programs were deeply concerned about the psychological toll on astronauts. They feared a phenomenon they called space madness would break the human mind.
The sheer isolation of the celestial abyss seemed too much to bear.
And their fears were not entirely unfounded, for space is a death trap.
Without a protective suit, the human body cannot survive even for a minute.
The vacuum would cause the gases in your blood to bubble and expand.
Your brain would suffer from a sudden, agonizing lack of oxygen.
Consciousness would fade in seconds, with death following shortly after.
Even a successful voyage requires months of confinement in cramped quarters.
Surrounded on all sides by a hostile, freezing void of nothingness.
Though space madness is not an official term, the psychological toll is real.
Those who have touched the void are forever changed by the experience.
This psychological dread has deeply influenced how we depict space in art. Cinema has often portrayed the mind drowning in the infinite cosmic sea. In classic films like 2001: A Space Odyssey, the journey begins. It initially depicts a clean, orderly, and comfortable future of space travel.
A future designed to comfort audiences of the late 1960s.
But this orderly presentation is merely a fragile facade.
Beneath the clean lines lies the gaping maw of the unfathomable.
The deeper we go, the more artificial our attempts at order appear. Even neatly divided meals cannot hide the chaos of the universe.
The film ultimately reminds us of our insignificance in the cosmos.
An alien presence that remains immense, silent, and completely impenetrable. A journey that the human mind was never meant to fully comprehend. A different perspective on this cosmic dread is found in Solaris. It tells the story of a psychologist sent to a troubled research station,
where the crew has become trapped within their own painful memories.
The station itself becomes a physical manifestation of their inner torment. While 2001 spans across human evolution and grand history, from our primitive origins to a mysterious, star-born future. The scale of Solaris remains intensely, painfully personal. It focuses on the trauma and grief we carry with us into the dark. The film constantly flashes back to small, intimate moments on Earth. A child playing in the snow, a warm fire, the smell of rain. These memories are both a comforting anchor and a crushing weight. Reminding us of the home we left behind, perhaps forever. Space travel in these stories is not an escape from our humanity, but a mirror that reflects our deepest regrets and unresolved grief. Like preserved photographs, the past continues to linger in our minds. An inescapable presence in the cold, silent void of the cosmos. In the video game Outer Wilds, we face these same questions. How do we decide what moments to hold on to in an indifferent universe? The game forces you to confront the end of your solar system. Over and over again, as you explore the tiny, handcrafted planets. You play as an alien astronaut, searching for answers among ancient ruins. Using a charmingly low-tech wooden spaceship to navigate the void.
And the main thing you do in this game is, well, die.
Space is beautiful, but it is also an unforgiving death trap. The game is a crash course in cosmic hazards and survival.
But every failure is an opportunity to learn and adapt. Because every 22 minutes, the sun explodes into a supernova.
This time loop mechanic completely changes how you value each moment. At first, you are cautious, trying desperately to survive the void. But soon, you throw yourself into the unknown without fear. You begin to skip the smaller, quiet moments of connection. Why waste time roasting marshmallows or talking to your friends when you know that everything is destined to reset anyway?
Yet, at the end of each life, the game shows you your journey.
A visual record of everything you accomplished and witnessed. It subtly reframes what experiences truly matter in life.
Watching the sunrise won't help you beat the game, but it lingers.
It is the quiet, fleeting moments that stand out the most.
Like the time I became separated from my spaceship in orbit.
I wasn't too worried at first, thinking I could catch up. But the ship was moving much faster than I anticipated.
Caught in the gravity of a planet, it quickly drifted out of sight.
Soon, I realized my situation was completely hopeless.
I was stranded, waiting for my oxygen to slowly run out.
And though I knew I would just wake up back at the campfire.
The experience of drifting alone in the dark stayed with me. It reminded me of a tragic historical fragment from our own past.
The story of Laika, the first living creature to orbit the Earth.
Sent into space on a one-way mission by Soviet scientists. A journey designed to test the limits of survival in orbit. She was sealed inside a tiny, cramped metal coffin.
It was assumed she would die peacefully from lack of oxygen.
Instead, the spacecraft's cooling system failed, and it overheated.
The last words she likely heard were from a biologist saying, "Please forgive us."
My own drift in outer wilds ended in a similarly harsh way. My body slowly fell into the gravity of the sun, consumed by flames.
But unlike Laika, my journey in the game continued.
Yet, the unsettling feeling of that lonely death stayed with me.
On board her craft, Laika's heart rate had tripled from terror.
She was terrified, alone in a dark, vibrating metal chamber.
Did she also feel betrayed by the humans she trusted?
Did she understand enough of her situation to feel that pain?
There is a photo of a dog on the Voyager Golden Record.
Meant to honor the loyalty and companionship of our canine friends. Please forgive us, Laika. Should she ever forgive humanity? In the 1972 film Silent Running, we see a similar struggle.
A vessel carrying the last forests of Earth is on an unalterable path. In Claire Denis' High Life, another vessel drifts towards destruction. A crew of diverse, multi-ethnic prisoners heading towards a point of no return.
And in the game Under a Star Called Sun, a lone cosmonaut drifts.
A simple, beautiful story told through pixel art and text. The game captures the quiet routine of a doomed explorer who spends their final days caring for plants on a dying ship.
This ritual of caring for life is shared by all three stories.
In Silent Running, the plants are the last remnants of Earth.
A final record of green life that must be preserved at all costs.
In High Life, the garden is the sole source of survival, providing food and oxygen for a father and his young child. A fragile oasis of life, suspended in a hostile, dark universe. None of these characters are destined to survive for very long.
Yet they continue to obsess over the health of their plants, maintaining their daily routines even as the end approaches.
Checking the soil, searching for bugs, wiping away the dust.
Finding meaning in the simple act of nurturing life.
And when no one is around, humming a quiet tune to them.
Like the crew in Solaris, these explorers are trapped in memory. Their physical surroundings shifting into scenes from their past.
A street corner, an old house, a familiar tree.
Memories invading their present reality with sudden, quiet force.
A child who only knows Earth through fragmented, corrupted files.
Images of oceans and forests stored on a failing hard drive.
Instead of a sun, the ship in High Life heads for a black hole. Yet the father continues to raise his child with love.
Giving her whatever life and joy he can in the darkness.
Despite the looming threat of complete cosmic destruction.
The film argues that these small moments of love still matter.
These memories hold a weight that defies the empty void.
I wish I had made more of an effort to remember, they say. I wish I had taken more photos of the world.
In addition to images, the golden record contains music.
Including a beautiful Javanese gamelan melody called Puspa Warna.
A title that translates simply to kinds of flowers.
There is something beautiful about this song, traveling through the void.
Billions of kilometers away from the nearest blooming flower.
But there is also something profoundly unsettling about it.
Because on an interstellar scale, Voyager has gotten nowhere.
Even the closest star is still trillions of miles away.
Space is so much emptier than we can possibly comprehend.
When we think of the planets, we imagine them close together. Like the neat models we saw in our school classrooms. But the reality of space is vastly different and isolating. That tiny, pale blue dot beneath Saturn's rings is Earth. And everything in space is constantly, violently in motion. We like to imagine space as a loud, exciting adventure.
Filled with roaring engines and spectacular planetary battles. But without air molecules, the vacuum of space is silent.
A real space battle would be completely, chillingly quiet. How is anyone supposed to navigate this vast, silent sea?
In our search for life, we have turned to radio waves. Sending signals out into the dark, hoping for an answer.
Some of these signals have traveled trillions of kilometers. But on a galactic map, they have barely left our home.
Just another tiny, insignificant speck in the cosmic dark.
Most of our signals are a jumble of old television broadcasts. Old dramas and advertisements fading into meaningless static.
In the game The Anglerfish Project, you sort through this static.
Playing as an old man catching wayward signals from Earth. Sometimes finding a love letter. Sometimes a fragment of history. A reminder of the fragile, beautiful world we call home.